So the transformation coach was birthed from my origin of trauma. Um, goodness, I was a victim of domestic violence, and I was like, oh my goodness, like it was. I gotta say, it changed the trajectory of my life, to say the least.
You know, it's crazy. It's the first time I mentioned this, I think, ever on the show, but I had a nervous breakdown and I went to.
You are now tuned in to the Raymundo Show.
So on the Raymundo Show, we always try to find ways to be better. I can't always do it alone. So have somebody whose business is making you feel better about your life and taking it to another level. Let's give a warm welcome to the special guest on the Raymundo Show, Brianna Antoinette. Boop, 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 boop.
Thank you for having me today.
Welcome. I hope you like that intro. Like, I
did. Some actual clap. I love that. I really like an actual show. I'm here for it.
Thanks. I always practice a little bit before, like a couple days before. Like, I'm like, well, now coming to the stage.
Definitely have an announcer voice. Like it fits perfectly. I love it.
You know, it's crazy. I'm trying to get into voiceovers now. Voiceover work now because
Do
I want to be the
it.
guy in
It's
the
a
movie.
lot of
You know,
money behind the scenes. Okay.
yeah. And I don't mind. You know, I always wonder who was the person behind the voice. Certain movies, I would like to be one of those people.
Right.
So,
No matter
but
even if it is just a voice, they'll always remember it. They'll remember your voice. So that's amazing, isn't it? Do it.
And if I was to get like a cartoon character, forget about it.
Yes. Oh my gosh, you'd be a kid's hero. That would be amazing. Especially cartoons. Do it. Do it.
I love your positive energy. I can feel it from over here.
Good.
But enough about me. How you doing today?
I am well. I am well here in Tampa, Florida, taking the heat as it is and keeping it moving.
We all are. This is the time to order takeout because ain't nobody cooking right now. Ain't nobody in the kitchen. I'm not
Don't want to
turning
move.
on.
You're on the couch. Like I'm good right here for the rest of the day.
So you already told the listeners where you from. Tell them a little bit about what you do, which I think is dope, which is why I have it here.
Well,
Not too many people like her out there, so.
Well, thank you. So I am the founder and president of a nonprofit called Light Guide Industries, where we help those who have a traumatic past or enduring currently trauma. We provide resources, services, and also financial aid to help you through whatever's going on. And as far as the services, they're all holistic because we believe you don't need to be diagnosed to treat symptoms.
Awesome.
You need to be talked to get to the origin of the story. So that's a little bit about me and Light Guide Industries.
That's amazing because like a lot of people need help. A lot of people go through traumatic stuff from young and they're just taught to ignore it and get over it. Like it's that simple. And you know, we need more programs. We need more relearning. You know what I mean? Like
definitely.
You know,
I believe so, like you said.
Yeah, like different ways of seeing something, especially if what's happening with you's not working. So
exactly.
I think it's dope. And I looked through the website. The website is great. Whoever put it together did they thing. Oh, now she got skills.
Skills.
She got skills. Yeah,
Jane of all trades. I tried.
Professionally, you know, well done. That's what I was looking for. Professionally well done. I need to get on my Scrabble game.
Thank you. Oh, no worries. But thank you. I appreciate that. And like you said, you know, it's something that a lot of people need. I always think of it not as a mental illness, but more so like a superhero. You know, you have that origin point where the brain gives you a heightened sense or a special ability to continue to survive. And that's just exactly what we all have. Just a heightened sense or something that is trying to help us to continue to survive. And once we get to that origin story or understand that origin story, we can see how we can transform that darkness into our superpower.
That's all. I love the way you reference superheroes because who doesn't love a superhero story? And it reminds me of have you seen the Umbrella Academy?
I have not. I've heard so much about it and I need to get into it.
Oh man, yeah. Because I mean, I don't want to mess it up for you. I just, sometimes if you don't look for it and it's not there, you don't realize that the what you've been looking for has been with you this whole time, and
Hmm.
and you can look up and realize that you're more powerful than you ever realized. And when you
Very
watch the
true.
show, you're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm gonna email him right now."
Oh snap! I gotta go watch it. Oh my god, that reminds me of my favorite book too. It's called The Alchemist. He was trying to
Oh,
search outside of himself for all of these things, but once he came back home to who he was, all his treasure was within him. So that is amazing how
oh
that
man.
same, story is able to be embodied in so many different ways. I need to go watch The Umbrella Academy.
And I
Oh
need to
man.
read The Alchemist because my goal was to read it by the time we got here so we could like bounce it off each other and
Yeah.
busy
But if
life. It
you
just
correlate it with the Umbrella Academy, I'm sure we can still do it. Cross
oh definitely.
reference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Might have to be a part two.
But hey, exactly.
So in your origin story, what was it that led you to being a transformation coach?
Definitely. So the transformation coach was birthed from my origin of trauma. Um, goodness, even though it doesn't hurt to talk about, it's just who it's still that one little scab that you just
Yeah, yeah. Trust me, I
it's just a
understand.
little bit because it's still a part of you. But
Mhm.
back in 2018, I was a victim of domestic violence and rape within 3 months.
Oh,
So
I'm
it was
so
almost
sorry
like
to hear
back to
that.
back trauma, and I was like, oh my goodness, like it was. I gotta say, it changed the trajectory of my life, to say the least.
Yeah.
And during that, and going through my own darkness and not really seeing a place to renew myself, or where do I go from this? Like, people near
Yeah.
me weren't enduring that same type of pain. It's like, how can I even translate it? How can I, how can you even relate to me in this moment? But after, having those self-help books like The Alchemist, or, getting connected with nature, getting connected to the heart of the women around me, it birthed a transformation. It birthed a new, passion ignited to help people who were going through these same things. Because out of that trauma bore my PTSD. It bore the major depression disorder, the anxiety. It was like, okay, so this origin story birthed these things. The anxiety. So I'm hyper aware of my area, so things like that wouldn't happen. Depression, where I'm constantly thinking about this one thing, so it doesn't happen. The PTSD, oh, it's a flashback. Hey, don't go places like this so this doesn't happen.
Oh
Just these
yeah.
survival mechanisms kicking into place and kicking in hard. And I think I took my first pill at a psychiatric office, and it shut off the voice in my head. You know how you can read certain
Hmm.
things, and you're like, okay, it's processing up here, so you don't have to read out loud. I couldn't hear myself. I was like, okay, so y'all just numbed, the symptom, but I'm still at square one with what happened. It
That's
did that
crazy.
didn't right. I'm like, you can turn that off.
I can relate because it's crazy. It's the first time I mentioned this, I think, ever on the show. But I had a nervous breakdown and I went to a psych ward. And I remember taking that pill, and I tried. I even tried to think about something fucked up, and I couldn't. Like I was just like, wow,
Wow.
I couldn't even like I couldn't process it. I was literally numb. So having that, I never spoke to anyone that felt the same that experienced that. Like that's crazy how they can take chemicals and hit that part of the brain and shut it off. Like
Right?
that's crazy.
Absolutely some synastry going on in that
Yeah,
industry, because
yeah.
that should never be possible.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
and like you said, just trying to have a thought, trying to just hear myself, and it silences that voice within you. And I've just found that to be more suppressive than therapeutic. I
Yeah,
immediately threw all those pills away, because I was even doing some research about it and how people get addicted to these kinds of things. So they're always going to be at square one with that issue, because they're just numbing it. They're just shutting off
yeah.
that symptom, ignoring the problem, and
Put a
kind of,
band-aid.
continuing to go through that day. But the Light Guide Industries was born where it was like, you know what? Just trying to also close that gap where, mental health services are not cheap too.
They're
So
really
having
not.
those Right, having the ability to give grants to people, being able to, pay for 3 to 6 months of, holistic therapy. That's where we're at, because that's something that we need. I feel like, just another thing in the back of my head, just healthcare should be free in general, but
It really should.
right.
Would
So
you
we're
want your
just
people
making
to live
sure.
longer? Right? Like I don't
Right?
get
Like,
I don't get
what's the
the
point?
yeah.
Like, just suppressing just the symptoms doesn't really do anything. So we're partnered with local people here in the Tampa area and hoping to expand, within the nation, and also partnering with other healthcare industries and insurances, so we can make sure whoever needs that help gets that help, because it's so needed and it's so necessary. So,
That,
like
that's
Guide Industry
amazing.
was birthed from my origin story, but I found that light within that darkness to make sure I'm a beacon of light for others who have gone through either the same thing or have gone and endured trauma.
Yo, that's you got me like a little. Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Oh,
Not just
well,
because
thank you.
a lot of people go through horrific things and like is trying to find out who you are after that, and
Mm,
seeing you glow and seeing you take pride in what you do, and that you can't even tell that you experience something so bad just from the smile, like your smile radiates. So it's like and
you.
you to be able to show people that you could go through something and still be able to be happy. Cause
Yes.
something dope I heard today is you don't look for happiness. Happiness is the way. Let me
Mm.
give myself one. I'm sorry. Let me give myself
Yes, that was
one.
snaps for that one. Okay, that was it.
Oh man, and I think it's dope that because what happened to you, you can't go back in time and change it. So it's what you do after that's gonna make the difference. And you doing that, helping people. We need more people like you. Like that is amazing. Like wow.
Thank you. Thank you. Like you said, just letting them know that there's still that pillar of light within yourself. You just got to activate it. It's a little hidden right now because someone, there was a soul attack on you. There
Yeah.
was a reason your light was shining so bright. Someone tried to come around and dim it. So
Hmm.
we're just trying to be that friend or that guide to guide you back to that light within yourself, because it's there and it needs to be renewed and it needs to be refreshed, and your trajectory might have changed, but we're there to help you along that way, because it's so pertinent, because like you said, just to not know who you are after a moment such as that, like, how did
Yeah.
I get to this point in my life, but letting you know that there's a way back and we're going to get you there.
We go, yeah, and you're not alone, which is the best part. Because sometimes, like you said, you didn't know who to talk about it. Now,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying. You made a place for them to go, and
Mhm.
now with internet, they don't have to leave where they at to get the help. So
Right? We
even
meet
better.
you right where you are.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And I hope it blows up. I hope it goes worldwide, international. It deserves it, and
Thank
especially
you.
taking a holistic approach because I'm always interested in that because I'm one of those, like I'm in that world. I meditate. Um,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Like
Yes.
I try to find I try to find the truth in things and not dwell on not being able to do something about it, but how can I do something from my space? Uh,
Yes.
no,
And that's
not
truly important. Like when you're on an airplane, they always tell you to make sure you put your mask on first before you're able
hmm
to help somebody else. So really just
exactly.
knowing who you are, the ins and out of you, the dimensions of you, before you're able to pour into someone else's cup. That's so important. I
Nah,
love the meditation. Love it.
yeah, like I don't know. I'm like one of those that like I never felt closer to God. I never felt or got to know who I really am without meditation. Like
Mm,
I've gotten to a point where like I've meditated and like just cried just because of I was just in pure peace and happiness and I
that's
was in like
beautiful.
a self love bubble. Like and I never experienced that anywhere else. So
I can definitely agree with that. I found, I think my source was right in the middle, smack dab in the middle of nature. I was just quiet. You know how you just go
mhm.
into that mode, you're quiet and you're just listening to the symphony of sounds around you. It's just
Yes.
and then the sun is kissing you, the wind is just kind of embracing you, the ground is holding you. You just get into this oneness with this element we call earth, right? And
Yes.
it's just that love that you are a part, you two are a creation of this, this space. You two are loved, you two were made out of perfection, it's, oh, I feel you right
That
there.
that's all. You know what? That whole part can go on a meditation CD. I'm just saying.
That's perfect.
It was
That is
great.
perfect.
Oh man, and I wanted to get into that too. So when you tell people what you do, what do they usually say?
They have this moment where they're kind of taken aback, such as yourself, where it's like, dang, this really is needed, because no one really thinks about that era of, mental health, because it's taboo in our society, right? No one,
Uh-huh.
we kind of sweep it under the rug. We kind of keep it, no one talks about their feelings. You got to do it for the gram. You're always at your best self. No, you're not.
Yeah,
It's
it's not like
okay
that.
to not be okay. It's okay to have
Yes.
mercy on yourself, for reacting to a situation at the perspective you were at. It's okay, to admit that you are not doing well and that you need that help. So they're just kind of taking it back, almost having like a self-reflection, like, dang, maybe I need this, or I know someone who needs this, because it hits home in a way that it's like, okay, there is a community out there for me eventually, or at this current moment at where I am in my phase of my life. So it's a good and bad, mix.
Yeah, but yeah, it's relatable, and someone there's always someone out there going through something that you're going through. And I don't know, when you feel that connection, it always makes you feel better. Like I lost my mom, and everyone I meet that loses their mom is like an instant, like we tight. Like I can't explain it. Like we know the feeling. So
Right? Because you were once a
yeah,
part of that same soul experience.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Oh man, and I was listening to audio today by I don't know if you're familiar with David Myers, I think his name is.
That is ringing a bell. That is ringing a bell.
When you get a chance, he he
David
said something
Meyer.
great where he was like, because he's doing great. He's a millionaire, and someone said, "Why should I take advice from you? You a millionaire." He's like, "You don't think it's because of the way I think is that I'm a millionaire, not that it was just given to me?" And then he explained that he was, yeah, he
Ooh.
he explained he went from being homeless to abusive parents and changed the way he thought and everything. I don't know, his whole way of the whole transformation thing was obviously I was getting ready a little bit with the, but I'm usually doing that, especially well, my last season it was called the transition, and now I kind of like ended the transition, and now it's like just the Raymundo show. So I'm covering all types of topics, but always staying true to the self help. Like I'm always,
Definitely.
if I'm talking about a party, I'll find a way to put a twist on it. Just say, make sure you don't drink and drive.
Right. Something, it's got to come back to that root. I love it.
So what was your process of becoming a coach?
Yes, so definitely getting certified to become one. It was so interesting. My coach at the time, she told me that you are your first client. So we were testing out all of these things on ourselves first. So that's where I learned, some of the breath work that I also passed along to my clients. I learned some of the, how to separate a story from facts, like, how you have like those emotions in the moment. Maybe that's not exactly how that was playing out. You got to
Yeah.
come back, to that
Hmm.
truth. So definitely learned a lot of techniques, and it was what, a 4-month course. So it was in depth, making sure we were, going out in the field, and also partnering so we can make sure we are getting those results that we're supposed to get. And then it came to the fact that graduation, all right, let's go help, let's go serve our community, let's go get out there and really do this thing. So becoming that coach was needed to make sure I was my first client.
And
So
I think that's important because you want to be able to say from experience, this works.
yes, literally, like, I know this works.
Yeah, I'm working on my course right now. And before I even put the course out, I had the idea. I'm like, you know what? Let me go through it so I can show people that it has some type of effect. So like I said, like the whole everything that you build in everything just connects and just really works.
It
So
does, it does, it
can't wait to
does.
see what
Oh
else you
man.
add like in the future, like as you keep acquiring more
Thank you. Yes, I
information?
actually have it's a book called Ascension. It details, well, not exactly details into the horrific graphics of it all, but it's a poetry book about the soul finding its way back to love. It's the soul finding its way back to itself, and it's called Ascension. That's what my program is essentially called as well. Is
That's the
ascending past this darkness back into your light. So that's currently on Amazon right now for anyone to, be able to connect with that. There is a way back to the light.
That's awesome, man. And I love poetry, and yeah, usually maybe like 3 times in the season, I always have a poem that I put out, like, and I always sneak it at the end. It's always like the end. So the last one was for my twins. It was called
Mm.
Nothing's Better Than Being Your Dad. And
Oh,
and when I contacted you, the reason was I saw poetry, so I had like a whole different mind. But then when I saw what you did, it kind of changed the
oh
episode.
man. Well, thanks. That's awesome.
No, but that's dope, man. And it reminds me of the services you offer, which I wanted to let the people know. The words you use are important, right? So the way you name your packages, the Phoenix, Metamorphosis, and then
Hmm.
the Ascension, right? Which
Yes.
goes with your book. So it's like when you pass these two, or you ready, the Ascension is gonna take it to a whole nother level.
A
And
whole nother level. Yes.
and through poetry, it gets in tune with the art part of you. So there might be a line that goes with another one that just might make the difference for you, right? I
You
just
know
learned.
what? Oh man, I'm glad you caught that. The package names too. Yeah, that was very much intentional. Thank you for noticing. Thank you.
No problem, no problem. Yeah,
It's
I'm,
my
I'm one of
effort.
those, like, I try to find, like, I don't know. I look at kind of like all the factors. I try to see. I don't know if I do it on purpose, but I just like to see the art and everything. Like, I've been embracing the fact that I'm an artist. And my art may not be with a canvas, but speaking, putting words together, uh,
Mhm.
bringing people together. That's my thing. I
That's
love doing
art
it.
all in itself. Yes. Blending
Uh,
the colors of people's past, remixing what it looks like in the future. Oh yeah, definite
yeah,
true
yeah,
artist. I love
yeah,
that.
yeah. I'm gonna get that book. I'm gonna get that book, definitely.
Yes.
Do a
Thank
review on it.
you.
So how do you help your clients understand their past to help them with their future?
Definitely. So it when they do first come in, or when I'm at a local center, it's definitely to see is the first step I do is the body scan, just to see where you are right now. We scan the head, and this scan is just an energy scan, just to see how those moments feel, or how those pieces of your body feel in the current moment. So we take a deep breath, probably for 5 to 10 reps, and then we start from actually the feet. Make sure our feet are planted on the ground. Okay, do you feel any pain in your feet? Are you tiptoeing around things that you need to have, once expressed? How do your ankles feel? How do your calves feel coming up to the knees? Are you jumping to conclusions on certain things? How do the thighs, the lower abdomen, the stuff, just kind of taking that scan, all the way up to the head. Like, is there thoughts that are currently swirling around that you haven't gotten out yet? Because the
Hmm.
body, really takes the entire score. The body will tell you what's going on if you listen to it and be in the moment and be present with it. And then once we find those spots that are, deeming for attention, we figure out, when did you first have that pain? What was that spot or moment in time where it was birthed? So then we go back into the past to figure out, where is the psychological attachment to this dis-ease in the body.
Mm,
So see how that words are really interesting when you really look at
yes,
them. But yeah,
it's
there's no
true.
such thing as the dis-ease as the whole word. It's just dis-ease in the body that's being manifested from a past, trauma or a past event. So that's how we do it first off, is do that body scan, figure out where is the pain in the present moment, and figure out where it was birthed from. When did you first start noticing this? What causes this trigger? And then we move from the past, the present, into the future to figure out how to solve it. How can we either, served this trigger, return back to that moment and find peace within it. What did that mean for us? Journal it out. Did we get all the emotions out of that moment that we can understand? That can we logically, categorize everything? How can we move forward? So just all of that in a synopsis to say we start with that body scan and figure out where the dis-ease is in the present to understand our past.
That's awesome. So pretty much being mindful, and energy is a real thing.
Oh, yes.
Like just
Our
because you can't
sixth
see it,
sense.
just because you can't see it, don't mean it's not real. Can't be destroyed. Only transferable.
That is very much true. Very much true.
And it's dope because it feels like you guys get to the root. Like what you do is, you get to the root cause, and I feel like once you get to the root cause, it allows for self discovery, which is another thing
Yes,
that you also.
definitely. Really walking through the steps of the past, because in order for you to open the door of the future, the past ones have to be closed and sealed off and tightly just understood, and just, okay, now you can definitely move to the next level because you understood the lesson that was sitting there. And until you give it that attention, it will continue to cry. It will continue to have headaches. It'll continue to be there. It's almost like a baby needing that attention, no matter how bad it is. It's needing that love, and it's needing that embrace, and it's needing that understanding to be able to just kind of surrender in that moment.
You said something about the disease part, and I learned something interesting today. Was someone who's schizophrenic can't have cancer, or the chances of them having cancer is like little to none because they can't process what that is. So and that lets you know cancer, it's just hearing the word in your body, thinking it's sick, or feeling sick. Like I just thought that was amazing because it shows how powerful. Like if you don't know you have something, your body can't really develop it in
That
a
is
way.
very true.
Yeah, so you like what you tell yourself, what you focus on, what you believe in, all those things when they're in harmony. And I feel like that word, I gotta use that. I gotta make an episode called harmonic because being in
Ooh, there you go.
harmony, right? You in the flow, and
Hmm.
you can make a sweet symphony. Your life can be
Yes,
a
you
sweet
can.
symphony, even though
Oh, I love
sometimes,
that.
even though sometimes things can be bittersweet. Uh, I got
Hmm. Emphasis on that.
the.
Definitely.
I don't know if you ever heard that song "Bittersweet Symphony." Kind of trying to throw that in there.
Oh, definitely. Definitely caught the reference. I love it. I do.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What's the best testimonial you've gotten from one of your clients?
Yes, let me see. So there was a client of mine. We got to the root to something that happened in his childhood. And I got to say, it's almost like a 180 switch. You don't even know who he is anymore, because it's like he's revamped in this whole other way. You can see the light pouring out of his face, his smile, his words, because he's
That's
found and
awesome.
reignited his passion within himself. Just figuring out there's a barrier of that past. Once it was knocked down, it was almost like it was like just like how you pull back an arrow, that back
Yeah,
piece of the arrow where you're pulling back, that was that trauma. And as
took
soon as he
off.
let that go and came to terms with it, it just shot him forward. And I was just, oh man, it brings tears to my eyes, because it's just like, if people, like you said, knew the power of their mind, knew
Yes.
the power of their mind, and are able to speak, knowing that there is life and death within the tongue, and just
Yeah.
pursue intentionally
Fact.
positivity and understanding of that past, because all they live purposefully in their future. And it's just, it's a beautiful thing to see. It's a beautiful thing to witness, just to start with that seed in the beginning. You seeing them with this cloud of just despair and this cloud of sadness, over them, because you can, oh yes, energy is such a real thing. And once
Yes, it
that
really is.
they have that breakaway through that cloud, have that rain to, go ahead and cleanse out all of that nastiness, the past and things of that nature. The sun comes out, and it's like it never stops beaming. Absolutely beautiful thing
Uh,
to be a part of.
Made me think of two songs. "I Wish It Would Rain" by the Temptations. What he
Mm.
says, I wish I could remember the lyric right now. But I like that song because he says he wish it would rain so no one could see him crying, but also uh, it heals the pain, right? So he
Hmm.
can, he could be better. And then the other song that comes to mind is once you get through that part and you find that passion, and passion is a power. That's one of those powerful words. If you have passion for something, the desire, everything else will automatically kick in. And the song,
Because it's almost as if passion is synonymous with purpose, because you know what you're here for. You know it, and stokes that fire.
yeah,
And so it's like, I have a reason to get up and be happy and scream to the top of my lungs. That passion. Oh, man,
and and
definitely.
then and then the song that I was I'm walking on sunshine. I'm walking on
Oh, I love walking
sunshine.
on sunshine.
And don't it feel good? Dun, dun, dun,
Yay! All right now.
dun. I couldn't even find a a dance to it because it's such a pop song.
Right.
Can't
I was
two
like,
step to that one.
what
You
is
gotta
listening to me?
just
There you go. I love it. Oh my goodness.
oh man. No, and I can it's crazy to be a part of that because even when I get someone to tell me, yo, you helped me with a little part of something. So imagine getting somebody to be like that. And I did that for myself when I started within. I realized I'm like, wait a minute, I I, I could be a motivational speaker. I could be an actor. I could be a voiceover. I could be anything I want as long as I make myself believe. And how do I make myself believe? Make it everything I think about. Because I've said it numerous times before. The brain can't tell the difference between fantasy and reality. So you might as well live in the fantasy world that can come to life.
And that is very, very true. Perception is
hmm
projection. Whatever you're thinking in here, you
Yes.
will
Yep.
start to see show up in your 3D reality. So, my little quote for everyone is, speak what you seek until you see what you say. Because like you
Ooh.
said, power is in death. It's in the power of the tongue. Be careful what you are saying. Be careful what you are, indulging in. Like, what are you listening to? What are you watching? What are you thinking about? Because it all affects. It all
Yeah,
affects.
and the subconscious, it don't shut off. So even when you sleeping, make sure you
Never.
ain't you don't got nothing in the background that's crazy.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend listening to, I think it's called Hell Geo frequencies, or just healing frequencies as you sleep. Turn off that TV and listen to these healing frequencies, and they're tuned almost like the like tuning forks, where your body is listening to something that will alter the DNA chemical of what's going on inside. So yeah, and there's different ones. There's ones for abundance, one for lessening negativity, for dismissing negativity, how to shed trauma. There's certain things, if you're looking for it, type that in with that healing frequency and it'll pop up for you. And it's probably 8 to 9 hours, as much as you should be getting that sleep. So don't wake up until it's done, because you need that good sleep. But I would definitely say, while you're tuned out, tune in as well still.
That's awesome. And I've seen certain influencers talk about it. There's a guy named 19 Keys. He mentioned it. And one time I bought a CD, I was so depressed. They said, listen to it. And I listened to it and I couldn't understand why I felt better. But then when you get into it, it's all it has to do with the vibration, or
Yes.
energy. Everything goes into, and that's why when you hear like a meditation CD or like one of those hypnosis, they use certain sounds that trigger certain
Yes.
relaxing. Well, it puts you in a relaxed state, uh,
Hmm.
and it makes whatever else you're listening to part of the process, part of the whole. Right? I mean, at
Oh,
least for
most
me.
definitely. Yeah, like listening, like for example, if you see like water on a table, or you see water near a speaker and you see it making these patterns, it's changing the molecular structure of that water. The water is responding to that, and you're 80% water. So imagine your atoms doing a happy dance to something that can actually help it. Imagine that, the happiness, the happy molecular structure of listening to a healing frequency, and what that's doing for your inner atmosphere. The same
Yeah.
thing.
So I'm definitely gonna look into it. Definitely, please look into that. I'll have that in the show notes for sure, because whatever can help. Um,
Right.
what's something someone could do today that can at least put them on their path to making their dreams come to the physical world? Because everything starts from a thought.
Definitely. I would say to sit in a moment, almost like meditation, but just being very still and being very much in the present and starting to ask yourself, what do I want? Who am I at my highest level? And seeing what comes about, because the brain will answer your questions if you tune in correctly. It will start to answer it either through pictures, or it'll mention something, or you'll hear a song synonymous to what you're looking for, and start writing them down. See how you can create your blessing so you know what it looks like so you'll never miss it. I'd say just to
Exactly.
get really, really specific with it. Who's around you? What does it look like? What does it sound like? Make it make sense, and make it synonymous to your five senses. Like I said, what does it taste like? Oh, is it champagne because I'm, popping bottles to this achievement, or I got this, this raise, or this, that, and the third. I started this company. It smells like me stepping fresh off a plane and the fresh water hitting me. Get it very specific with these visualizations. So when you walk into them, oh, I prayed for this moment right here. Oh, this is what that moment looks like, because you'll never miss your blessing because you can create it and know what it looks like
Exactly.
and identify it with all, five senses, including that sixth, with that, which is that energy, because you want to align with that energy.
Yeah, that's that's awesome. And I think people think you could just think about it and that's enough. But there's something about getting in that relaxed state, and
Mhm.
I feel like it opens the attraction radar that you have built in.
Definitely.
And when you're not attached, because you're like trusting the universe, you're trusting the process, it's only a matter of time before it's in your hands. So do you feel like you live in the life you dreamed about, or feel like you're on that path?
I am definitely on that path. Once I reignited that true passion with just to help other people, who was once that person in the mirror for myself, it sparked, just that tidal wave of wanting to see how it can be bigger and how it can be better. Like bringing in the financial aid aspect of it all, bringing in the holistic, stance, just only and solely looking at the origin, no pills, no nothing. We can figure this out in a holistic way, bringing in that the music parts, because I definitely recommend for my clients to listen to that while they sleep, because it can definitely help. There's even hypnosis things that you can listen to while you sleep. It's another thing for them to look into. But
I
I would
believe in
definitely say
that.
I'm on that path, because I feel like my true success will happen when I hit at least 500,000 people that I have impacted with Life Guide Industries, not even just by myself, but people who are attached to that movement. That's what my success will look like. I feel like that would be the accomplishment of my dream, is touching 500,000 people's lives in the most positive way, seeing a breakthrough, there being a breakthrough, and just being involved with that seed becoming that blossom. So not there yet, but I'm definitely on the path.
Yeah, and if that's definitely, and if you see it in your mind, it's only a matter of time before you help millions.
That's where I'm at. I'm visualizing it every night. I'm not sure what the faces look like, but I'm looking at this. I'm looking at a counter in my head where I see like the tallies going up. Okay, this is
Yes.
the
Yep.
people's
Yep.
lives that I've impacted. So I'm watching it daily just to see, how it will translate into my reality. So I'm almost there. I am almost there.
That's awesome, man. Like, I mean, the show is not where I want it to be yet, but I know eventually will, and I can't wait to do it on a larger scale. Where can't wait to get those emails and those testimonials, and somebody asks me, "What's your best one?" And I'm like, "Well, let me tell you about this person, or let me tell you about that person."
That's
Um,
awesome. You will be there as soon as you know it. I
uh,
promise you.
thank
You
you,
start
thank you.
your visualizations in that manner and your meditations sooner than you think.
It's only a matter of time. Yeah.
That's
um,
it.
I feel like I do it, but I feel like I don't do it where like you got to make it part of your day, like you brushing your teeth. Like it can't be
Right.
something you do once in a blue. You got to keep it. You got to keep it true.
Exactly, because your reality is going to be like, oh, you really don't want this. This is not something they're constantly, giving their attention to. Because
Mhm.
what you do give your attention to, it grows. So, like you said,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, definitely initiating it as a part of, even if it's just 5 to 10 minutes a day. You put on your favorite song. You can even dance to, your imagination, or just, bringing in positive vibes and sending it toward that intention to bring it closer, become that conduit, become, raised to that same vibration as where your desires are.
The
But
calm
be
do it.
intentional with it. Make it, like you said, a part of your day.
Yes, yes. I like the calm do it.
Yes, be a conduit of success. You can be
Hmm.
whatever you set your mind to. And it's so funny how it's like a common cliche, but there's so much truth
It
right
really
behind it.
it really is true. Like I didn't really understand it until I learned more about it. And it's like, wow, like you
Mm.
really can. Like, and I don't know. I never wanted to grow up and be the president of the United States. I just I just know I always wanted the spotlight, and I love making people laugh, making people feel good. And
Hmm.
I think it mattered how I did it as long as I was good at it.
There you go. And it'll grow just like that. You are in the space of your own. You're not in something that's already created. You are creating that pathway just for your reality. And you are doing an amazing job at
Thank you. You got me hyped right now. I'm about to go
it.
journal it up after this shit.
There you go. I am that hype woman. Where is my whistle? Because I am so for everyone, just being at that maximum, because it's so much, it's just necessary. It's almost like, how when you're in love, you feel like you can't be defeated, right? So once
Yes.
you connect to that self love and that self appreciation, you have that same level, that same high, as almost as if you're in love.
Hmm.
So it's just like, okay, I'm going to hype you up so you can see that love that's within yourself, so you can see that light that's within yourself, because everyone needs that. Someone needs to, you know, not only have their cup filled, but fill their own cup in that way too. And that's with self love and self appreciation, self value, self worthiness, things of that nature. So you can stay in that hype, because you sitting there like,
Hmm.
woo, like
Yeah.
bubbling up, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So, oh, I love doing
the
it. I
the
love doing it.
the movie in your mind could be love, light, and passion.
There you
You
go.
put those together,
Whew, unstoppable.
perfect elixir.
There you go.
So this is like my signature question. What role does fear play in your life?
What role fear plays? I think it plays two roles. It's either showing me something that I'm afraid to lose,
Hmm.
or it's showing me something that I am afraid of in general. So it plays in my life two roles. Like I said, either I'm afraid to lose it, or I'm afraid to, either be embraced by it. So I feel like I use it as a measurement system to see kind of where I am in life. For example, if I'm fearing, not being successful, maybe I'm on the brink of something that could really take me there. Maybe that's that small voice in your head that's trying to continue to break yourself down, right?
Hmm.
Or, you have a fear of, losing people. You can see where that love has grown, so you can use it for, both sides of the duality, either to be something to be scared of or scared of losing. Because then you see the opposite end of that fear spectrum, which is love.
Love
It's
and love
depending
is
on how you
beautiful.
gauge it.
And love is a beautiful thing, man. All you need is love.
All you need. That's all you need.
As far as like your mental health, I try to make sure I make it a priority. What do you do specifically when your spirits are low? What's your go-to?
Specifically, my go-to is music. I listen to someone, and her name is Tony Jones. She has these amazing beats that also, it's her voice saying affirmations. So imagine, like,
Oh.
your favorite song on repeat in your head, but it's you saying, I am worthy. It's you saying, I am love and I am light. It is you saying, I am what I set my mind to. So she's constantly saying these affirmations, and I make sure I'm listening to it when I'm low, so I can remember, later on, or just remember who I am. Remove myself from wherever that spiritual attack is, which is that, getting low and figuring out how I can come back out of it. So music is my thing. Music shifts my vibration more than anything else that I've just, discovered in my self-discovery path. So music is what gets me out of that rut.
And ain't nothing like music. I'm always singing on the podcast. I'm always listening to something different. And I don't listen to just one thing. I listen to hip hop. I listen to reggae. I listen to salsa. Except country, I can't do it. It's maybe achy breaky heart. That's about it. That's about it. I couldn't even what is it called? The Old Town Road? I couldn't even go over there.
Oh my goodness. Oh
Nah,
my
the
god.
song's not. The song's not. It was different. It was different.
But you're very diverse with what you take in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Give me like, who's your top R&B singer or just singer in general?
Oh man. Um because that's my thing too, because I really resonated with what you saying, how it's very vast. It's the music behind the system. It's not really the people, because sometimes I can't even name an artist off the top of my head.
No,
But it's the beats, because it's the beats that make you move. It's the beats that make you feel something. It's the beats that you can time travel to a certain time
yes,
where that was like,
yeah,
oh man, I remember that.
yeah.
So I love music, but I'm not an artist person whatsoever.
Nah, it's all good because as long as it make you jam, it's all good. That's
Right, because
if
I
it
can
make
go
you rap,
from, like, for example, like, I guess I'm thinking of some artists, like Florence and the Machine is more so like alternative, and then you have like Beyonce's like more pop, and then you have like, what was it? Sugar Ray Road, that's more country, and it's like it kind of strings on whatever spectrum like you're feeling at that moment. But
yeah.
definitely an appreciation for the art that's birthed from the artist. Definitely.
Yeah, I appreciate everything. The lyrics they use, the way they deliver them, the way the beats that they choose,
Mhm.
everything makes a difference. I listen to everything. I'm the type that I can hear if like a rapper messed up or somebody missed a note and they just said, let it go.
Really? Oh
Yeah,
man, that was a
yeah,
gift right there.
yeah. I feel like I get it from my father because my father's like always been in the music game. He's always been a producer. So I remember
Uh-huh.
being 11 years old in the studio and he would just be there trying to listen. So from there, I guess I started picking up and started listening.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
next level. That's a really good ear. Like, how can you even hear that out of all the stuff that's going on? That's amazing.
And I think too, because I used to rap, so I used to like be super judgmental of everything I said. But just
Mm.
having the background in music, but yeah, that's true. I feel like you could feel horrible, and that song comes on, and you either ready to dance, fight,
Something.
something, man. It's so amazing. I couldn't picture life without music, man. And
That would be so sad, I feel
that'll be
like.
yeah. I
Even
feel
you just
like
remember middle school, just even beating on the tables, like it was something that got, you moved to these
yeah.
things.
I know you the references earlier. If you had to pick your superpower, what would it be and why?
Oh man, I always say the the superpower I would pick would would be able to mind read.
Oh.
So, and the thing is, I think that is my actual superpower, because I listen, not listen to, I tune into a person's behavioral, like their ticks and things of that nature, and what they're saying, because I when I speak to someone, it's almost as if my heart is speaking to their heart, so I'm able to
Mhm.
understand or either voice their emotions or voice, identify their feelings. I just become their microphone personified, so I'm able to kind of to tap in empathically to that person's soul, because a broken soul recognizes another broken soul no matter what the path is. I'm able
Right.
to kind of reach in with my questioning and being able to divulge information that maybe they didn't understand until they spoke with me. So I am kind of, I'm a little bit, my superpowers, yeah,
Like, I got a little
mine
Jean
is
Grey in me.
that, not in the direct sense, but I'm picking up on all of the energetic, notions that they have going on, and I'll figure it out.
You consider yourself an empath?
Oh my goodness, to the death of me. I I can sense when someone's walking in the room and not feeling their best, or I'm speaking with something and I can tell that they're hiding something from me. It is blessing and a curse.
Yes, yeah. I don't feel
But
like I like
feeling
to
things
admit
to
it.
the most because I'm sensitive to it.
Yes, it affects you. Like, I don't like to admit it. I feel like I don't know if I'm fully an empath, but I can almost your energy can tell me your whole story, and you
Mhm.
can't come. It's your life, is your energy, but you're not gonna convince me that that's not how you feel, and that's not what
Right.
you're going through. Because I feel like the times that I have called it out, they look at me like, how would you even know that? And I'm just like, it's just it's radiating what you're going through.
Mhm.
By the decisions you make, your patterns, your self talk. When you're talking to somebody and they say things like, "Oh, nah, that don't work for everybody," and I just be like, you know what? You just didn't learn how to make it work for you. You know what I
There it
mean? Like,
is.
you know what I mean? So like
Dig it in.
everything. It's just crazy. I try not to embrace it because I don't want to feel like I'm some wild guru, but like I feel it, and where I'm at now, I feel like you were saying, oh, you can't pour from an empty cup. I feel like I gotta fill my cup up a little bit more so I can help a
Mhm.
whole lot more. So
That's so true.
that's my goal. What are some recommendations you can give my listeners that help you with this amazing mindset and strength and radiant light you have surrounding you? I feel like you live
Yes, I would definitely highlight the importance of shadow journaling. That was something that I would say offset my point of saying, "Oh wow, I'm really not in a point in my life that I'd like to stay in. I'm ready to, move." And you have to identify those pieces. So that shadow work journaling helps you identify, where in your past certain things became what they are. Because, for example, let's try to break it down a little bit better. So back to that voice in your head, right? It's almost like it's this voice that's kind of on like a record. It's absorbed everything that you think you are, everything people have said to you, and everything that you've embraced to be the truth. That is that voice in a synopsis that is in your head. So the shadow work journaling figures out who are those pieces in this voice that aren't you. Where did you
Mm,
learn that from?
exactly.
Who first said this to you to make this, you believe it? So
Yeah.
you can start piecing, this voice in your head that you've identified as your own, who also has ownership in that. You start taking that stake and reclaiming your energy. You start
Mhm.
reclaiming who you are, and starts chipping away at this, this identity of yourself. And it's like, oh wow, I actually learned that from my mother. Oh wow, my father actually said this to me, in the sixth grade. Oh wow, I learned that from a TV show and I've embraced it as my own truth. So you start to see the pieces of who you thought you were birthed from other people. So, and then it shows you within that shadow work journaling, okay, so what do I claim to be my truth? How can I turn this into my good? How can I reset this identity of mine to make it completely mine, and that without pressure and without influence? So that's something I would definitely say is shadow work journaling, figuring
Uh,
out this soul identity.
After this conversation, I'm about to listen to some music. I'm about to journal. I'm about to
You're
meditate.
doing a full dive in. I'm here for it.
I'm about to Oh man, so much great information, man. Like I'm like, wow. I feel like if someone was coming to you because they wanted a real change, 10 minutes with you, and they're like, "Yep, I'm signing up." Where's you need my credit card information now? You want me to take a snapshot of it? Cause I can send you a whole
No,
card if you want. Uh,
I love it. Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
no problem, no problem.
I live, breathe, and
All right,
eat this stuff. So I'm happy to share it.
of course. And if someone wanted to know more information or work with you or anything that comes to your business and what Brianna Antoinette has to offer, how can they can help? Let them
Most
know.
definitely. Yes. So we do have a shadow work journal available at lightguideindustries.com. I am available on every platform at Light Guide Industries Incorporated, just INC at the end. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook,
About to follow right
YouTube.
now.
You find me and I'm there, and we can talk, hit it off, see what resources you're looking for, what financial aid that we can provide, and we'll get to working with you because we're excited and adept to make sure whatever you are seeking in life that you make it to that point, and we won't let go of your hand until you are where you need to be, because the teacher only shows up when you're looking for it, but we disappear when you are ready to be out there and on your own, because you are whole, healed, and healthy, and that is the goal.
That's an awesome goal. And oh man, I want to thank you. The information, your energy, your presence has been a blessing to the show. Like I mentioned earlier, we need more people like you because everybody everybody go through some shit, and to have someone you can relate with and be able to just be you until you become the you that you want to
Yes.
be. And there's people out here, we just gotta look because you can't see what you're not looking for, and you can't say it's not out there if you haven't at least put it in the Google search bar. So we,
There you
um,
go.
just want to thank, just want to say, I wish you the best in everything you do. Like you literally bringing light to dark situations, and
Thank
and
you.
yeah, man, and like I said, I can see you not even years from now. I can see you soon on a billboard. You know,
You're
follow the
going to
light.
cry. Don't make me cry.
Follow, follow the light in you with Brianna.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much, Raymundo. Seriously, that makes my heart just it reignites and stokes that fire within me, just to see how, it's, just having this conversation, how much you've gotten from it, how much the listeners will get from
Yeah,
it. It just,
definitely.
that is what I am here for. So thank you so much.
No problem. I can't wait to edit it. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us and having a good time. I feel like from the message, I knew this episode was gonna be like this, and that's how powerful the mind is. Like I literally saw this. I mean, I think it was gonna be this spectacular, but I guess everything we do here is spectacular. So we got to stop not thinking like that.
Right. Oh man. Yeah. It started when we were just over emails, and I'm just like, wow, who's this guy? Like we felt the vibe, we felt the
Yeah,
energy just through
yeah,
words, and that is powerful alone. Just to say how much energy radiates from the both of us. That's amazing.
yeah, man. We all we all connected through the source. You know, we
Yes, we are.
we all as soon as you tap in, you're welcome.
Oh yeah.
All right, well, take care. Wish you the best, and I hope it's not the last time you're on the show.
No, I will be back. I can't. Nope, you can't get rid of me that easy,
Nah,
Raymundo. I
nah,
will see you soon.
don't want to. All right, well, you have a
Thank you so
great
much.
rest of your day, and keep helping, and keep rising to the top.
As we both ascend, and until next time.
The
See
next
ya.
time.
There is a light that shines special for you and me. Yeah.